What's up, everybody? It's Monkey Farm. We're back in the third world working on the mob spawner and the XP farm. Sorry I didn't have a video the other day. I do have an excuse, though. The dog ate my homework. Detention for me. No, actually, I do have a pain in the arse story. Um, but I'll tell you about that in a minute. Anyway, so I did actually record some, but I was kind of ranting, and you'll know why when I tell you in a sec. But so I did do a couple things here since last video. I changed the switch, or I moved the switch from up there down to here, and I've got a bunch of, wait, was that? Yeah. Got a bunch of stuff in here. And I also moved the hoppers to the other side for the sizzler, or the cooker. It's got a little hopper timer, or a little hopper clock kind of thing, where the thing goes back and forth. But here's the deal. So we're going to change this design again, and here's the reason why. Okay, when we click this, the lava comes out, but for how many seconds? 20 seconds or so, we have to listen to this nonsense. And if this thing is full of mobs, it is just really painful to listen to. It is a one-hit kill, so it works beautifully. However, yeah, we're going to change that. I had a subscriber of mine send me a really cool, I guess I'm going to call it an idea, because his design doesn't actually work anymore. But a guy named Crab Legs Crib, or Crab, it's actually spelled Crab Les's Crib, but I'm pretty sure that's not his name. Crab Legs Crib, something like that. Anyway, he had a real quick cooker that actually used two dispensers. One shoots out lava, and then it stays out a little bit longer, and then water comes in and extinguishes the mobs right at the correct time, so that they're a one-hit kill. And I'm hoping I can fix what was wrong with his design, or what's gone wrong. It used to work, I'm sure. Anyway, so why don't I just get started? I grabbed another bucket of lava, but I guess I don't need that. I've got one dispenser here. Okay, so I think the problem isn't going to be figuring out a way to make it work, because really what needs to happen is we're going to push the button, the dispenser is going to spit out the lava and leave it out, and then we're just going to have some repeaters causing a delay until it pulls back the lava. Then what we also have to do simultaneously is kind of come around here with more repeaters somehow, and after the lava is pulled back in, have a dispenser that shoots out water to extinguish the mobs. Really, I think the hard thing here is just going to be to make it fit around this water, because this water is going to want to flow everywhere, and I don't want that to be a problem. We may have to build underneath here a little bit, just to keep things hidden, or to keep all of this space open enough, but we'll see what we can do. Don't want to break that water. It's okay. That stuff we can break. Okay, so why didn't I have a video the other day? Let me tell you. Oh boy. So I was stuck on a phone call, a customer service phone call, for several hours trying to take care of an issue. Who's going to Minecon? I'd love to hear a bunch of people going. Hopefully everybody that wanted tickets was able to get them. I know it was really tough. They were selling out like literally in like a minute. I did get mine. I logged on and right at the right time and was able to get a ticket. But here's the deal. So last year at Minecon, I had bought a plane ticket, and it happened to be on American Airlines. And they were going through a strike, which is what they always do. I don't know about everybody else's airlines, but in America, we have these unions that basically strike, every few years and squeeze more money out of the airline. And they do that until pretty much the airline goes bankrupt. And pretty much all the American airlines have gone bankrupt at one point or another, because literally they just get squeezed to the point where they can no longer operate. Okay, had to go make another dispenser and sleep because it started raining and it was just about to get dark. So where was I? Anyway, yeah, so the airline was going on strike and I was worried. I'm like, well, there's no way I'm going to not make it to Minecon, because of an airline striking or something like that. So I canceled my ticket and buy a new ticket from a different airline, and I was going to take a hit. They were going to charge me a couple $100 cancellation fee because, it was like kind of a non-cancelable ticket or a non-refundable ticket kind of thing. But basically, they'll give you a voucher usually, and they'll just charge you an arm and a leg fee and screw you over a little bit. But if you buy a non-cancelable ticket, then you're gonna lose a little bit. But so I was okay with that as long as I made it to Minecon. But let's see. So just to let you know what we're doing here. So I'm gonna have this button push. I made a bunch of repeaters. So we're gonna let's see. Is that what I want to do? Nope. That's fine. And then we're going to loop this back, and we'll have to keep this thing from creating a repeater. We can't have this thing create a clock where it keeps pulsing, so we're going to have to probably see if we put a repeater into this block. When this gets powered, it'll power that block and the dispenser, and it won't resend a signal through here. So I think that'll work. Okay, so that's going to be like half of it right there. Actually, that's the easy part. And I'm pretty sure all these need to be on full delay. I'm pretty sure I'll do a tutorial on this, by the way, so I know this is not like easy to follow because I'm babbling about airlines and crap, but okay, so this should actually be kind of working, this half of it. So we'll get a signal, come back here. Yep, you hear it click a little bit later. And I'm pretty sure this is the exact time you need. So 5 repeaters, no other torches or anything like that on full delay. Actually, there are all sorts of combinations you can do this, because you also have a variable of when you set off the water to extinguish the mobs. But let's see. Let's get rid of this stuff. Okay, I think this is where I'm going to have to build underneath, because I don't want to build a big thing out here on the walkway. Yeah, anyway, so I canceled my ticket, go to a different airline. I figure, I'll have a voucher, but I'll lose a few $100, but at least I'll get to Minecon and not have anything to worry about, right? So everything worked out okay. So anyway, Minecon is coming up, so I'm like, ooh, time to book my new ticket to Florida. And let's see, I probably need this lower, huh? Yeah, because then I can't put a floor thing on top of this. Yep, so turns out that I get 1 year from the date of booking to use my voucher. And okay, last Minecon was November 20th or something like that. This Minecon is November 2nd or 3rd or 4th or something like that. So that's less than a year, right? Well, no, it's from when you book it. Well, I had booked my ticket last year in September sometime. So they tried to tell me that I had to I had to actually fly. You know, I couldn't just buy my new ticket with using my voucher. I had to actually complete my trip by September 30th. And I'm like, okay, well, my trip is November 2nd. So what are you going to do about it? And I get on the phone with a bunch of rude people. And ultimately, they had never communicated anything. When I had canceled the ticket, they never sent me any terms and conditions of the voucher, anything like that, because I booked it through Orbitz, and the voucher was now through American Airlines, who technically had my money, and they had never communicated anything. So I was on the phone for a few hours arguing with them over why they should, let me book this ticket or refund my money. Let's see if I can do that. Okay, that'll work. Put a torch. I need to get signal down here is basically what I'm doing. Yeah, so I was on the phone, didn't work out, and I wasn't going to give up, so I found the real place to complain. Basically, not the general customer service type of people, because they don't have any power over anything. They don't have the ability to do anything for you. And if you ask for a supervisor, all of a sudden they get offended because they can't solve your problem, and you're saying they can't do their job, basically. Well, my problem wasn't being solved, so I need to talk to somebody else. Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna try not to rant too much, but I gotta get it off my chest. So ultimately, I send a complaint form in, and the next day I have my voucher. So I'm all good. Everything's taken care of. However, I already booked a new ticket with a different airline, so they will be missing out. And just to rub it in, I bought a first class ticket. All right, so I'm going to be putting this stuff back, I'm pretty sure. I just need to get it out of the way so I can slap down some redstone here. Need a bunch of repeaters. Why are these blocks not moving? Inventory. Okay, please don't let go of shift. Yep, so everything's cool. I got my new ticket for Minecon with a different airline. I do now have my voucher that I can use now for another year. So, but obviously that won't be good for Minecon 2014, assuming there is one, because that will be too late. But I fly all the time, so I should be able to use another ticket. I just didn't happen to use it last year, just because I figured I would just buy my new Minecon ticket. So anyway, that's the whole story. Thank you for listening. Now, back to what you're here for, I assume. Be finishing up this little contraption here. I need more repeaters here than I had up there, and then I also need to somehow time this correctly so the let's see, how would I do this? I guess circle it around. Oh, I need these on full delay also. I guess I need that. Circle it around here. And how many do I need? Let's see, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4, 5, 6. I think that might be enough. I'm pretty sure this is enough right here. So I'm going to just put a torch. So, and now what I'm going to do is something a little different. And this is where this fixes what happened with the redstone. So the problem with this crab legs guy's design turned out that the thing no longer pulsed twice for the water. It just clicked it either from off to on or from on to off. So I'm going to use the little, the little hopper timer comparator trick here to change that. And actually, you know what? I think What do I need to do here? I need to power that dispenser, right? So I need a block with a redstone torch on it. And the reason I can't put it back here is because this water will leak out. Let's see, that's not right. I don't want to do it that way. I think I have a good idea. But you know what usually happens when you have a good idea. It turns out a lot more difficult than you had expected. So if I get the comparator to go into this block, I can put the timer thing here next to the water, the hopper thing. Yeah, that's what I can do here. Here's the problem. How do I do this without leaking all the water out? Okay, the water's going to leak out here, so I'll put that there temporarily. And we'll put the hopper into that. Okay, we're clear. We're all safe. And the hoppers are pointed into each other. Put the comparator here. Put a block of some sort here. Okay, that's going to keep clicking until we shut it off. And how are we going to shut it off? Put a block with the redstone on top of it. Can I do that? Oh, I can't do that because then I can't put a floor back here. I could put a torch here, but I don't know. That's going to leave it on, not off. Right? And that might actually change my delay. So why don't I move one of these repeaters here and put another torch. I think that works. Okay. So let's test this out. Oy, this is messy. Okay, so before I put lava and water into this thing, why don't we see what happens? Let's watch this. So that comes back and clicks, and then 2 clicks over here. So let's watch that again. The lava clicks on when I click the button, and then it shuts off, and then the repeater goes over there, lets the hopper clock click a couple times, and that's when the water clicks, right? So like this, and then the water on off, and I'm pretty sure that's actually the correct timing of everything. Have the mobs go here. We'll block this off so they can't see us. This is where we'll hit them, so I may want to build like a little stairway. Whoa, I almost thought I fell. Little stairway down into just like a little nook right here so we can hit their feet. But we can hit their feet from here. Okay, well, we'll worry about the looks a little bit later. But I want to get a mob in here, or a bunch of mobs. Oh, and you know what else? Actually, I may need to change the timing a little bit differently because my mobs on demand spawner, sometimes they fall off the edge and hit the... oh. I need a sign, huh? Sometimes the mobs get injured a little bit. They fall off one of the levels and they hit another level. And that may cause a little problem. So lava on for a little bit longer, and then extinguish the mob. Oh, we didn't get 2 clicks. What happened? What happened? Didn't we hear 2 clicks when we tested it? Okay. What's going on here? Water. Okay, that time it did 2 clicks. I wonder what caused that. Water on and off. Okay, well, it must have just been the first time. I don't know. Anyway, well, let's turn this thing off and get some mobs down there. Unless this creeper wants to find its way up here somehow. Got a zombie down there. He's dead. Let's test this thing out. They may die, like I said, because when they fall down in my mobs on demand spawner over there. Oh, yep, skeleton died. And let's see, one hit kill. Oh, we need to, yeah, we're gonna have to fix this. Put some stairs down. Oh, no. Okay, just get a little stair thing down here. One hit kill. Oh, that guy's a 3-hit kill? Oh, you know what? The lava, this iron bar, we're gonna have to put a solid, like a glass block here. Yeah, because he was not getting hit by the lava. And now I've hit him twice. Okay, let's test this again. Take 2. Well, let's kill him now. That'll be too much lava there. And we need to get rid of... Oh, no, no, no. Alright. So, I'm curious about something here. The skeletons sound like they're getting injured. Or at least the first one that falls does. And I wonder if he's taking some hit damage there, some fall damage. Still got, yeah, see, you hear the creeper sounded like it fell also. Huh. I hope that's not going to mess up the one-hit kill. Are we done here? I think we're good. Alright, so let's try this. Get these guys cooked, and water. Yeah, so we did have a little bit of death. Those are probably mobs that had fallen down in the mob spawner from a higher level and hit the lower level on the way down. But unfortunately, that's a flaw of the spawner. Well, there we go. So the ones that are surviving are a one-hit kill. What we can do, we can decrease the time, and that will make them survive. However, most of the other ones won't be a one-hit kill. So I'm going to have to kind of decide if I want them all to be a one-hit kill or I want them all to survive. So we'll have some loss and have one-hit kills, or we'll have a mixture of both, but we'll have all the mobs that we want. Put a chest here, and then let me through. Let's put a hopper, let's see, pointed into the chest, and that will get our drops, so we don't have to worry about them. Ideally, you'd build it right here, have a mob evader, come up behind it somewhere, and then have the mobs drop in, or have them come from this side and drop in here, whatever you want. This was not ideal, having them climb up right through the middle of this thing, so I had to kind of wrap all the redstone around it, which was a big pain. But anyway, it turned out it works, so everything's working good so far. Got that thing taken care of. Let's put some blocks around here. I don't know if I like that. I don't know. I'm going to have to clean this thing up and make it look good. But that's all we have for today. I hope you're enjoying it, and I hope you guys are getting ready for Minecon. Those of you who got tickets, should be pretty good. And we'll see you guys later.